Hallo iedereen, hoe gaat het met jullie? Deze week voel ik me echt lui om een video te filmen, maar ik ga toch proberen om een kort filmpje te maken. Vandaag ga ik praten over mijn ervaring met het Nederlands, over hoe ik Nederlands geleerd heb. Ik leer nog altijd, maar niet meer zo actief. Nu leer ik meestal door het te gebruiken. Ik studeerde meer dan een jaar alleen met mijn computer en mijn telefoon. En daarna heb ik in een school 3 weken gestudeerd en dan nog een andere 3 maanden in een andere school. Ik heb een voordeel dat mijn man Nederlandstalig is, maar in het begin was hij niet echt behulpzaam. Want elke keer als ik hem iets vroeg waarom dit zo was, waarom dat zo was, wist hij meestal het antwoord niet. Maar ja, later kon ik wel met hem mijn Nederlands oefenen en het hielp me heel veel. Ik ga mijn ervaring in het Engels delen. Ik heb geen zin om in het Vietnamees ook te doen. Ik denk niet dat er veel Vietnamezen zijn die Nederlands willen leren. Volgende keer ga ik praten over hoe ik de talen die ik ken in het dagelijkse leven onderhoud. Nou ja, nu laat ons beginnen met mijn Nederlandse avontuur. So I've started to learn Dutch somewhere in the beginning of 2015. I think I first bought a book to start with, but at the same time, I wanted to find a new way to learn languages, and somehow I found Duolingo. Since Duolingo has existed for a couple of years, but it was not that popular as it is at the present. There was only the desktop version, I think. There weren't as many languages as there are now, and the languages trees were also less elaborated, I think. But yeah, it was interesting enough to hold my practice for quite some time. So I studied with a Duolingo for more than a year, from 15 minutes to more than 1 hour a day, depended on how busy I was and how fanatical I was that day. I also bought a couple of books to study, but I didn't finish any of them, not even halfway. I keep buying language learning books, but it doesn't seem to work for me. That was also the period where I traveled a lot with my boyfriend. He's now my husband, between Paris and Antwerp. We done it for a bit more than 1 year and a half, and then we moved to Antwerp in the summer 2015. I lived in Antwerp for more than a year without speaking Dutch, only French and English. But I think my passive Dutch has improved during that year. I was listening to people speaking Dutch around me. I was trying to watch TV shows in Dutch with Dutch subtitles. I was even following Flick and Maastricht. Of course, I didn't understand everything, but I could follow the show quite well. But yeah, the biggest problem was to be able to express myself in Dutch. I could from time to time produce a sentence, but that was that. Then in the summer 2016, I decided to take a Dutch course in a school. After some research, I decided to take a very intensive course at Linguapolis, the languages center of the University of Antwerp. It was a course of 90 hours in less than 4 weeks. But I didn't know which level I should take. I didn't want to start from the very beginning, so I took an entrance exam for the four skills. So reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Um, at that moment, I was still mainly studying with a Duolingo, watching TV shows in Dutch a couple of evenings a week, and listening to people speaking Dutch around me. So I was hoping that I could get into level 2 at least, or ideally level 3 directly. And to my surprise, I could get into level 4, and there were 5 levels at that center, so I was pretty happy. I think the teachers were quite impressed by my level after 1 year studying on my own, and I was quite impressed by how much I have learned with Duolingo after a year. So I was at that school from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every weekday, and then we had so much homework that I often had to stay up until midnight to finish them. And then with my husband, we also decided that we would only speak Dutch from the first day I took the course. It was quite slowly in the beginning, of course, because I had to find my words and I had to arrange the order in my head. Well, if you're learning Dutch, you might know the terrible word order in Dutch, right? But it was much better after just 1 week. And then after I finished the course 3 weeks later, I could speak Dutch. I still made a lot of mistakes at that moment, but I was able to express myself quite fluently and confidently. And then after that, I studied alone for another month with the materials I got from that intensive course. And then I took another entrance exam in another school and got into level C1. So I jumped another level again. And then I followed an evening course at that school for 3 months, 2 or 3 times a week, I forgot. And I also started to work in Dutch. So it was pretty much my Dutch journey. Uh, it was a little bit different from my English and my French experience. I've just discovered at that moment the power of modern technology to learn languages, since I've tried many other apps like Memrise, Anki, Babo, Hi Native, Fluent Forever, Monthly, Drops, Buzu, you name it. Some work for me, some don't. I don't think we can get to fluency just by using one app or even several apps, but I really think that is a new way to learn languages, especially if the traditional way doesn't work for you. It gives you some basic knowledge to start your journey with a language. They are also quite well done and motivating to keep you engaged with your study. So yeah, if you haven't tried any app yet, please start to try them out. Most of them are completely free, or they also have kind of a 7 days or even a month version of trial. So why not? I'm personally using the free version of Duolingo, the premium version of Drops, but I'm not gonna renew it, I think, and the premium version of Buzu to learn Spanish and German. I hope after the lockdown I will be able to go to some languages meetup to practice those languages as well. And yeah, for people who are also learning languages with apps, could you please share your experience with those apps? Which one is working the best for you? Yeah, and in the next video, I'm gonna talk about how I maintain the languages I speak, If you're interested, then I'm gonna see you back next time. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.